Blog Talk Radio.
F-A-T-C-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you. Here we go. No matter what you say, I'ma spit it how I spit it so you niggas can't forget it. Everybody is a critic. I walk in the dark with my chronicles acidic, with my game up the bar, so your girl'll let me hit it. Damn, man, my show's simply marvelous. You can stop the hating and debating, you can't argue this. Cause if you found something better, you would sip Moretta while wearing an ugly sweater. But my show you listening, so stop the whimpering. This is for the sinners and the born again Christians. Turn to Philippians. Nope, you can miss me then. If you wanna talk, take my number, you can hit me then. Cause you know my show is rocking. Fat Cat, remember that when your girl is shocking. When them headphones are knocking. Fat Cat Show and you don't stop the knocking. F-A-T-C-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you. Here we go. Yo, what's cracking? You rocking with your boy, the Thinking Deacon, the preacher's grandson, the sinister minister, the Rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites. Y'all know what's up? That's Fat Cat, and I'm down with my dog, Roof. Y'all know who it is. That's T, Satellite, Bills. What's cracking? You on mute, dog. You on mute. You on mute.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
All righty. I'm doing good, man. How you doing tonight?
Wonderful. Want to let everybody know, make sure you share this post. And also, you can catch us on iHeart, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, and all the other platforms above that you see before you, if you want to, really chime in with us and get down with the get down. But anyway, other than that, man, everything is everything, man. I'm really chilling. And before we get into our show, I want to wish those with birthdays a happy birthday, and I also want to send my condolences out to those who
I'm sorry.
To those who lost people, and also I want to give my my condolences to a very, very good friend of mine. He was also a deacon, Deacon Barry. He was also the godfather to my kids. He passed today, and I want to send my condolences out to his family and all of that. Real good friend, real good guy. We losing real good people, and we losing people young. You know what I'm saying? So my condolences goes out to his family and those who lost people also. But today, I'm gonna do the show in honor of him, and we're gonna have a good show tonight. And so I'm just thankful for everybody that's tuned in tonight. So anyway, I want to get into, because she was real silly. Y'all people, if y'all don't know, y'all got to check out Satellite's posts. He be doing a lot of little crazy little posts before the show and all of that. And before we get into it, if you want to call the show, that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press 1 to let us know you want to comment. But other than that, your comment about this coronavirus, dog.
this is some serious stuff. Really, it's almost like, every other year or every other couple of months, they come up with a new something that put people in a scare. First, it was the West Nile virus. Remember that? West Nile virus. Then it was
every presidential election.
Right.
It's a disease, just like clockwork.
Right. First, it was the West Nile virus. Then it was the bird flu. Then now this coronavirus, which so ironically was already on the can, the Lysol cans, before they even announced this virus. And it's crazy to me, and to me it seemed that they don't get serious about a disease until it start wiping out Caucasian people. And it seemed like it's that's what it's doing, and now it's getting serious. But I think it's a plan just for worldwide hysteria. You know what I'm saying? Just really getting people all up in arms, and now want to make you go get vaccination shots and all this type of stuff. What's your take on that, man?
I don't know, man. I think it make me think about movies like Residence of Evil.
My thing would be just like I said, just live your life. Don't be hysterical, because when you hysterical, it causes you to make haste decisions and do stuff. That's how they rule the world, with fear and panic. So
let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
If people were so up in arms the way they are about the coronavirus, if they was like that with HIV, people wouldn't walk around with AIDS like they do.
Right.
I'm talking about people should be going crazy because way more people get AIDS and HIV.
Right.
Than that coronavirus.
Right.
And I know that the coronavirus is not a choice, because somebody could sneeze on you and give it to you.
Right.
From 6 feet away.
Right. Let me ask. Let me ask, because that scenario that you brought up on your page. Tell them about that scenario. All right, y'all. This is a scenario that this silly guy brought to the show. Go ahead.
Oh, if you was in church worshiping, right, and you had a family of Chinese people next to you, and they just start sneezing and coughing violently, and then after they finished, the pastor walked up to the congregation and said, "I need everybody to place hands on the Chung family, for healing." Would you place hands on them?
Oh my God, that's the question. Would you place hands on somebody that you suspect in church that had the coronavirus? Remember.
But you protected by the blood of Jesus.
That's what I was just about to bring up. We protected by the. Think about back in the day. Biblical times. There were people that had leprosy, and
I ain't never heard Jesus saying, "Go ahead and place hands on somebody with leprosy."
Jesus placed hands on them with leprosy.
But that's Jesus. I ain't Jesus.
You crazy? Hold on, we got a caller. Hold on, caller. But anyway. Yeah, Jesus, he placed his hand, but you have the same power through him to place hands on.
I ain't never heard about nobody else walking on water or turning water into wine.
Peter
did what?
Peter walked on water.
Oh.
Peter, matter of fact, Peter raised the dead in Jesus' name. He walked on water. Remember, Peter, when Jesus went out on the water, Peter asked, can he come out there to him? And Jesus said, come on. And as Peter began to walk on the water, he began to watch the storms, and he got worried, and he started sinking. And so that's what. But
so why didn't you make the dog go outside?
what you mean?
The dog sneezed. You was like, oh, you gotta get the hell out of here.
Stop it, man. Stop.
Pull a little Sparky.
But look. This is the church part. Speaking of church, what if you had a beef with somebody in church? Would you what if you just really, somebody in church was just really getting on your nerves, and you just wanted to just pound them out, just, I
don't know, because I'm not like that when I'm not in church, so it will be nothing.
No, you're not like that. I'm just saying, you coming to church, you coming to get this, but this person just in church just keep pulling your H card, like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What's your Hallmark card? What kind of card is it?
The HOE card. You know what I'm talking about. But they just keep pulling your card, and you like, do you, or just say, better yet, you sitting up in church, and somebody just come up and just smack that dog. Bah!
It's gonna take 5 people to get me off that ass.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Slap me.
You go get improper in church? Didn't Jesus say turn the other cheek?
Hey, man, I'm not Jesus. I'm Thomas.
Didn't Jesus say turn the other cheek? You supposed to let him smack the other cheek.
Yeah,
but
he didn't say let somebody slap me in the face.
but he did. He said if your neighbor slap you, to turn the other cheek and let him.
And when Jesus walked in the church and seen people having a sales market and gambling and all that other stuff, what did he do?
He whipped them out of the temple. That's
right. But did he tip the table over and go bananas?
Yeah, he tipped the table over. But it say vengeance is mine.
I don't know. My Jesus ain't with no soft fuck. I don't know what you talking about.
It said vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Let me get to this call. You rocking with the Fat Cat Show? What's happening?
Hey, Fat Cat. Hey, Satellite. How you all doing today?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
Slow. I wouldn't lay hands on the people that was coughing in church. I'd be running up out of that church in Jesus' name.
See, that's no.
And if somebody hit me in church, Fat Cat, I'm going to hit them back. It also says in the Bible, if your right arm offends, you cut it off. What does it say about that? If you get offended, you're supposed to handle it.
If your right arm offends you, cut it off. That means if it's something that causes you to sin, it don't mean to act as the world do. It means if it causes you to sin, you get rid of it. That don't mean.
Well, wasn't that a cause if you come smack me in my face?
Because it said, "Vengeance is mine," saith the Lord. Vengeance is His. We don't take vengeance. So it's the Lord's to take on. Especially, I look at that because that's often where a lot of hostility happens in church. People be sitting up looking at each other, and then you be trying to like hold your peace, and it's somebody up in there really that's just irking you, and you just trying to just get through church and like, Lord Jesus, please remove this.
You talking about a prison church or what?
Huh?
You talking about a prison church?
Man, it's more animosity in churches now than anything, dude.
I don't know about that kind of life.
There you go. Act brand new. You was just sitting not too long ago hating on somebody in church.
Who you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm a peaceful man.
You
I don't believe in violence, arguing, calling people out their name. I'm very, very peaceful.
Wow. So I don't know, man, but anyway, I'm a peaceful person myself, but I try to handle things right. I think church I respect the sanctity of God's house and His service, but sometimes it's hard. But I never got unruly in church all my years. Never.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Would you have a problem with your pastor marrying two men in church?
It wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen in mine. No way. No. Nope. Wouldn't happen. I'd be like Jesus was in there whipping them out of the temple. No way. Because like I said, that's what mystifies me with it. But I ain't gonna get into no religious debate because people get mad. But it does. And it from the Torah, the first 5 books, Moses books, to when Jesus came, it speaks, if a man lieth with another man as he does a woman, he will be condemned to death.
But it's not illegal anymore.
Huh? What you mean?
But
that's the world.
Illegal.
That's the world.
It's not illegal to a man can marry another man.
But it's not sanctioned by God. It's sanctioned by the man. So that's the whole difference.
You're gonna lose that grant money, man.
I ain't got no grant money coming in, so peace. But anyway, man, you can see you like to get me in those situations where I'm taking on these controversial little topics, and then you sit back like, well, sir, I think that's not proper, but they get me in.
But you're a deacon.
But you know what?
I'm just Thomas, man.
But you know what? Thomas. But you know what? For me,
I'm just being Bobby Brown, all right.
But you know what? For me, this is my thing, and I don't call myself a religious fanatic, but I'm just a believer in God, and I study His Word, and those that it's funny to me that people that try to be that call themselves religious. I'm not perfect. I do sin, but I press for the mark. But my thing is always this: it's like try to do right, and I try to do right. But the thing with most people,
you will have no problem with placing hands on the Lee family.
You know what? I will give me some little gloves. Hey, but you know
you
what?
You gotta have faith, man.
No.
You don't need any gloves. You're covered by the blood of Jesus.
But you know what though?
Okay.
You know what? Well, what we are also taught in the Bible to be wise as a serpent. It told us to be wise. So I'm not gonna put my.
You gotta believe you cover, bro.
Oh yeah, you know,
covered.
most
you
definitely.
You don't need no gloves.
Most definitely,
You don't need no gloves, man. But I'm gonna put mine on though.
I put my gloves on for communion, so I'm gonna do the same thing for this. So, but anyway, man, I'm gonna get into this segment. I was trying to get the video for this, but if you was watching the news, you would have found out that the most biggest Knicks fan of all time, Spike Lee, was stopped from coming through the VIP entrance of Madison, the Knicks, where the Knicks play. I mean, this guy been through with the Knicks from like way bad times. The Knicks ain't won nothing since the 70s. So, he done been through all of it with them. And so my question would be, first I'm going to put it like this. He said that he will no longer support the Knicks. It's over. And so
why you say
that? Because they stopped him from coming through. They basically harassed him. This man is a season ticket holder. He's been a season ticket holder for over 30-something years. Even at their sucking points, he always at the guard.
Why did they stop him from going there?
They said he wasn't supposed to come through there. Spike Lee said he's been coming there through there for 30 years, over 30 years. So my question would be this: if you owned a business, would you anger your most loyal customer over a policy?
Mm.
You know, and the reason I asked this because like when I was working at Greek Town, there was a guy that used to come in all the time, and big roller guy. His name was Tony, and so he would drop easily 500 grand or something all the time. I mean, he'd be at the tables gambling. So one of the things was he at the time my department we couldn't accept tips, but he would always request this guy to stand in my department to stand by him to bodyguard him basically. And so he would tip him. He would give him $1,000 chips. He gave him a alligator jacket, alligator boots, and this was at the time. This was a violation of our policy, but the casino allowed him to do this, which kind of like spearheaded me to file a grievance to allow the union, the rest of the union members, to benefit off of tips.
I don't know. That seemed like some player hater stuff you did.
No, I mean, because look, why would it be player hater stuff?
Hey,
listen. No,
Look,
listen.
man,
Listen.
let that man enjoy his money, all right?
No. Listen, it wasn't that I was trying to take his money, but I was like, listen. We had people that was coming up to us. You would help them, and they'll want to tip you, and we can't accept the tips, but he can accept the tips.
Well,
I had to turn down. I'm telling you. One time
you should have told him to slip it in your pocket.
Listen, no, they got cameras on them. Listen, one time I walked a person that hit a jackpot to the car, and the person tried to give me $500. I had to turn
and you didn't take it?
I had to turn it down because they had the camera on it.
It was the cameras. It was on you.
Yeah.
You should have said, "Slip it in my pocket."
Man, stop it. So it was just one of them things, man. So
You was a good runaway slave.
There you go, boy. You call me a slave again, it's gonna be some shit. You got me cussing now, but
You're supposed to be a deacon, man.
Hey, nobody will call me no damn runaway slave. You over there looking like 12 years a slave, so you better leave me the damn hell alone. You know, but anyway, man, I don't know, but
You the one that told the slave story.
Oh yeah, Bojangles. Keep.
Nobody offered me no $500.
Oh, you just lose your job for $500.
I won't lose it.
Lose your job for
I
$500.
Put it in my pocket, and if they seen it on the camera, I said, I didn't even feel them doing that. They just went to give me a hug and slipped it in my pocket like grandma.
Oh, you just so smart. You just know it all more than anybody else, huh?
That's right.
Huh?
Long as you know, I know it all.
Oh yeah.
I know it all, baby.
Yeah. I know. The ones with an extra chromosome always know a little bit more. So, but anyway,
I wish I'd have never taught you that.
but anyway, I want to go to this last story. We got 6 minutes to discuss it before we go to our main topic of the day. And at Michigan State, they had a display of historical black figures hanging from the tree on the display at Michigan State. Now, why Michigan State would choose to do this at a time where they're under scrutiny with the Nassar thing, the guy raping all the kids, and now they got another scandal with the football coach, paying players, and Michigan State just building up a reputation now of just building all kinds of controversy. So this one struck. So now they issued an apology for the display. It looked like somebody would have spearheaded that to know that this is the kind of attention that we don't need. And it's funny how it always slipped. Now, if it was something that offended, let's say the LGBTQ community, then it'd be something different. But the question today would be, can today's racism compare to the 50s and 60s, which we know we have modern day lynching, with the cops killing and all that. But back then, you had, it's still KKK and all that. But I know we can't compare it to the civil rights movement and all that happened. But what is your take on that? How do you feel? I don't think ours can hold a candle to 50s and 60s.
Well, I think it's the same. It's just hitting more now. Before, it would just be in your face, like, we don't want you coming in here, boy.
Oh, okay.
Now they'll drug test you, won't give you a job because they're doing a background check. They do. You're not educated enough. They do things to make sure you don't get that job.
Oh, okay.
You can't live in certain neighborhoods. They'll say you're a sex offender.
Oh, okay.
You can become a sex offender by sharing a picture on your cell phone.
Yeah.
Then you got to register.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It's more technical now. I know what you're saying. Hold on. We got a caller. Hold on. Rocking with the Fat Cat Show. What's happening?
What up, man? Just joining in. What's happening, everybody?
What's happening?
What's happening, buddy?
What's up there?
You got a comment?
What's the topic again?
How you calling in? I don't know the topic. Come on, man.
He said, "Can't." We got three more minutes for this topic. Is can today's racism compare to the 50s and 60s?
Oh yeah. I just think it's just the technology would have to be the first thing that makes it different, because you have access to see it in different areas, and but I mean, the way it's getting so blatant now, man, I mean, it's minus the technology, it's close.
Right.
It's probably a lot more hidden actual what we would consider hate crime of today.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a lot more of that hidden away. They probably don't, the news outlets don't really cover those as much as they actually happen. So
I thought technology exposes it more because of the cell phones. People can actually see what's going on, and they weren't able to see that before.
Right. It's crazy because I think of all the lynchings and the blatant. I mean, even the way law enforcement used to. Well, you could say it's about the same then, but law enforcement just really blatantly letting lynch mobs just come in and grab people and just and basically doing it themselves, and then all the images we seen of just lynchings, people just lynchings, and then you think about the from the songs back then, Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit and all of that stuff, and you think about all of that, and I mean, she actually telling the story of seeing dead bodies hanging. So it's like, wow, dude, can we really hold a candle to that type of to that era?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, because you got to consider, like, that means your fellow citizens amongst you is sneaking into your little areas and lynching you. You know what I mean? Where that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that necessarily is happening. Well, we don't know. You know what I mean? But what we can say is that the cops is probably on par.
Right.
That's crazy though. But anyway,
no, there's no lynchings going on. They just
pop.
Kidnapping us and taking our body parts and rolling up rolling us up
Right.
in mats.
I forgot
leaving us
about
in
that one.
the desert.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's
Um,
much more
right,
sinister now.
right.
Yeah,
Right. You know what? Thank you, Satellite. I forgot about that part. You right. I just pardon my east side because I didn't know.
Oh, what you trying to say?
Hey,
You said I don't know.
I'm just giving
Nothing.
I'm just giving shout out to the hood I was stirred for that part by east side. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna get into our main topic for today. And thank you, Satellite, for this topic right here. The topic is it still proper to ask a father for his daughter's hand in marriage? Marriage is a very serious step, so you better make sure you're ready to make the big step. Marriage takes a lot of work and sacrifice, and you must be prepared. First, make sure this is really the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, because marriage is forever, right? Most importantly, if you're the groom, you must ask the father for his daughter's hand in marriage, right? Is it still proper to ask the father for his daughter's hand in marriage? What do y'all think about that? Is that still
I'll let Satellite go first.
Yeah. um, I would want my daughter's husband to ask me, just out of respect, ask me. I asked a woman's father for her hand before.
Mm-hmm.
I did it because I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, traditionally.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my thing was my wife's father wasn't like really close like that with her at the time, and like I said, I went and I asked her grandfather, who raised her, and she basically called him father. So I asked him, and just like I said, off of tradition and just being proper with it. But in most cases, you might have most of these women that don't have strong fathers in their families, strong fathers at all. So you're dealing with, like, do you still be respectful and ask a deadbeat father for his daughter's hand in marriage? Is that still proper?
But what if he ain't like you? And he said, "Nah, you ain't right for my daughter."
Right. That's another thing, like.
And what was more nerve wracking, asking her or asking her grandfather?
None of it, because, like I said, I had already made an impression on the family. They already knew, so it made it simple. Matter of fact, he was wondering what took me so long. That was the thing. He was like, because my wife tell the story that he was like, Thomas is a real good guy. I like Thomas. You know what?
You had already gave her 2 kids.
You know, hey, dog. You wanna? Yeah, he just.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He wanna spill my relationship out.
Hey, I apologize. I was online. I was wrong for that.
Yeah.
I was out of pocket.
I was a sinner. You probably gonna sin again. Okay, you want to put me out?
I think my belief is people. Well, I ain't gonna say people. I'll just say for me, I don't believe you own your kids. So that's like if I was in that position, I would probably only do it because I saw that particular family still was very or highly traditional. And, I'm not trying to wake a sleeping giant or whatever. I'm not trying to be just be opposition just for opposition's sake. But but truly, I mean, like I'm marrying her. I'm not marrying him. He's not married to her. Your job is to guide your child, and then release them. You don't own your child. So.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
Let me say this: having a daughter, I sacrifice my child, and I'm giving you the responsibility, or you get the responsibility to take care of her the same way I did.
Passing of the torch.
Yes, sir. And
she's her own human being and grown person.
But the man that she chooses to marry,
she should be able to take care of her own ass without him. He should be something to complement the energy she already has within her.
You know what? Let me say this, because I like this took a different spin, a direction, but I get what both of you saying, but in a sense, this is what I'm gonna take Satellite's point at first. Satellite, like for the longest, the father has been the protector of the daughter, so naturally that daughter is gonna always be his baby, gonna always be the baby. So naturally, when his shift is over, when she meets a man, then the father can basically be like, I don't have to be as protective because I'm entrusting my daughter to you. You know, and being that.
Well, to be the guy though, his role is not to come along and take, feel your shoes. He's his own shoes. So it's like, you don't own your child. So it's not like, let's just say her father is some rich dude or that's well off, or he don't even have to be rich, but they just a really well off family. Is it your job as a husband to, young man, I've made $500,000 a year, and it's your job, even though you're making $35,000 a year, you're supposed to be next year. You should be making $500,000, or you can't take my daughter. Nigga, get your ass out of here. I mean, I'm not living up to your standards. You crazy?
But Thomas, you got a daughter, right?
Yeah.
You want your daughter to meet a guy that can take care of her, that can take care of his family, that can take care of your grandkids, right? That's what you want. You don't want to say, well, hey, he's marrying you, he's his own man. You want somebody to be able to take care of his family,
right? And
protect
but
your
you gotta
child.
understand though, that's gonna even still be according to your standards. Again, that would be him having to fulfill your shoes. What if y'all on two different pages? What if you
I didn't
are
say he had to be
stick in the
anything
mud
like me?
What if you're a stick in the mud and his daughter and your daughter is actually looking to be a free spirit? You know what I'm saying? So all that comes into play. And so that's why a lot of times you'll see a lot of daughters end up going to these almost this rebellious environment, this environment that signifies that they're rebelling against their parents because they've come from that super structured situation. And a lot of times they go in this rebellious guy, that's completely opposite of what they dad are. So that's why you can't hold your child hostage, so to speak, in this structure that you feel is so of utmost standard, because it's kind of a superficial barrier that you holding them down.
You know what? Let me say this, and because I can speak just being a father of a daughter, and my thing is this: I prepare my daughter for a man that she might meet. I show my daughter how a man should treat her, how just how she should carry herself with a man, just being respectful, You know, so my thing is this. So, and just being her protector. Like me and my daughter, we'll go out on dates. I take my daughter out on dates. I open the car door for my daughter, and I just show her just how a man is supposed to treat her. So, in fact, I'm instilling morals into her so that when she meet her husband, she knows how to treat him, and she knows what type of respect that he owes to her. So when indeed it happens, it seemed like, and I'm just saying, my daughter really, she don't. I'm not holding her to owe me something or anything or anybody, but the proper thing would be like, thank you. The young man to ask for the hand is like thanking the father, thanking that father for raising a well good daughter. Thank you for my beautiful wife. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this beautiful woman. That's what that
right. Okay.
That symbol that's symbolic of.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Right. I feel that.
Yeah. So cause like I said, it's hard, man. When you look around, my daughter don't be around here twerking her butt and doing all that stuff like these other parents be letting them do. Man, if I see my daughter doing that, man, I would go excuse my language, shit. Because I didn't raise that. You ain't about to. The first thing these kids know out here now is to twerk their butt. That's the first.
And you know what girls do? They usually go for guys that's like their father.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them.
Yeah, I could see that, but yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. So, cause like
so you gotta.
That's usually the case. That's usually pretty accurate.
You okay? Yeah, but you know what? But I do believe in the rebellion part, like you said. Most of these chicks, cause think of it, in this era alone, what we talking about? This era alone, most of these girls don't even have a father figure present. They don't even have that present, so they don't even know. They don't even know how to be respected by men, and they don't even know how to give respect to men. So it's you know,
right.
So it's crazy. We was talking about that yesterday. We had at my church we had a men's summit, and we were talking about things that men go through, you know, and it was topics like meeting women and, you know what I'm saying, just all kinds of like that, you know, challenges that we face as men, and we need to get back to more like forms of you know, coping, because it's not like we don't forget the struggle out here, and it's real, but sometimes, you know, I may be doing something wrong in my struggle that you on the outside seeing, and you looking at my struggle that you can help me with. You know what I'm saying? So it's man, it's rough out here. It is. And so my when my wife was like, my granddad raised me. She said, my granddad raised me. I love my dad. She said that. She said, I love my dad. He's one. And so initially when I met him, I was nervous, you know, because I didn't know what to expect. I was wondering if he was gonna look at me like, oh, this old, you know, East Side, you know, type nigga. I don't know what he was gonna say to me. So I went, and when I met him, he embraced me, and we built the relationship on our own. And so it turned into me coming over there, and he was like, oh, almost from the beginning, grandson. He called me grandson because it felt like, you know, and I was sharing with him like things he couldn't even enjoy with his own sons. We would sit there, we would talk about the Bible, we would sing church songs, and because he was a deacon.
See, so it sounded like it was an organic connection.
Yeah, organic.
That's the same
right.
thing I had with my father-in-law. Yeah, my father-in-law it was the same thing. We was pretty cool very early on.
Yeah. What you got, Satellite?
I ain't got nothing. I ain't never been married.
but you did ask for a hand before.
What that got to do with anything?
I lied.
I don't got no story, no bonding stories.
Come on, man. Give us something. I know you got something over there, man.
What you want me to make up something? Yeah. Yeah. Her father got sick. I gave him one of my kidneys, because he was, he was a heavy alcoholic. So I gave him one of my kidneys. He got better. We got stronger after that. Is that a good story?
Man, you stupid. You stupid. But anyway, man, I'm just because that is a rough part for somebody. But once again, when I ask the question, a dad beat dad, or like if the person don't have anybody to acknowledge, a father figure to acknowledge, and she like,
you probably won't marry her.
Hey,
so you won't even have to worry about that.
Some people,
because most women that had no strong male figure in their life, they're a mess.
Yeah,
they don't respect men, period.
That's a rough road right there.
Oh yeah,
that's a rough one. Rarely does that actually not play into their makeup or how they see things. You know what I mean? It can really be damaging to a lot of women. Most women, it usually is.
Yeah.
Just get the cakes and go about your business.
But we gotta get we gotta get beyond cakes, dude. We do.
What are you talking about?
We gotta get beyond cakes.
It ain't no we. You married. Ain't no we that got nothing to do with it.
Hey. We a village. We a community.
Hey, I'm gonna get us.
He mean in general.
Cakes,
in general.
In general, you gonna get some cakes in general. Boy, I'm telling you, I don't know what to say about you, Sally.
Yeah, man, I think again, it's one of those organic things, as long as we ain't trying to own our kids or whatever. For me, it's just about learning how to love without control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing for those years of our parents and beyond. You know what I mean? Those generations had a certain level of control and probably, justified because of the situation of race and all that. The level of survival that you had to be on or whatever, but.
Think
a lot of that's old news, man. We got to get out of the controlling love.
But think about this. Even in the wedding, the father walks his daughter down the aisle and gives her to the man. And I think about that. I think about that often. The passing of the torch. This was my baby, but now this is your baby. And even the Bible speaks on a man leaving his mother and father to cling to his wife, and you look at because I know me, if that time comes with my baby, hopefully I'm still living, I'm gonna cry my eyes out. I know it. I know, because I'm like, dang, this is my. This my baby. I'm gonna be like that my man. I'm telling you, because that's my baby right there. We was chilling today. I could just see it because I don't know. That's something else. I don't know. I know.
I mean, hey, you do your job as a parent. I don't have kids. I'm really speaking in a place of not knowing, so excuse that part of it. But I just add that you do your job, and then after that it's like you got to release.
Right. Yeah, you do, and that's the hard part. That's the hard part for parents.
You got to trust that your job was well done.
Well
already,
done. Yeah. And that's kind of like in the animal kingdom. And I always tell this story about this thing that I saw where the mother bird was pushing this baby bird off the edge of this high. The mother had built a nest, and he pushed the bird out, and the bird fell right to the ground. Boom, and got killed. And the mother flew down there, checked on the bird, saw it was dead, flew right back up, and started pushing the rest of them out.
Well, so we getting feedback on somebody's phone.
Yeah, we getting some feedback. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So definitely that. Yeah, I'm still hearing that feedback.
I don't know.
But
is it better? Is it better? You still hearing it?
Yeah. That like if you trying to listen to the show and talk at the same time, it'll get that feedback.
Okay.
What you got, Satellite?
I'll call back.
Okay. What you got?
I don't know. I think it's all about a respect thing. If you love my daughters, love me too enough to show me that same respect to ask for my daughter hand.
Right.
That's why I done took care of this girl, for 20-something years. So
yeah,
ask me to come get her. Ask me for her hand in marriage. I have no problem with that.
Just out of respect.
Pure respect.
So let me ask you, Wallace, since you here.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't have no kids, but just say you'll be pretty much all right with a guy just coming up and marrying your daughter, and not really talking to you or anything. He'll just.
Well, I mean, I would like to hope that I have a relationship with my daughter that she's going to let me meet the mofo.
Right.
I mean, and at least get to know him and all that before, if that didn't happen, then that means me and her must be on really terrible terms.
Terrible.
Without,
Ooh, and just
so that's the only thing I could see in that scenario.
Just imagine. Just imagine, especially if you got to the point where your daughter is even asking you for your opinion about the young man that she's dating, and that's overall the most.
That's an honor, man.
Yeah, that's honor.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominique Neely says there's no other way around it. If the father's not around, ask the mother.
If the father's not around, ask the mother?
Yep. She said that's tacky not to.
It's tacky. Oh, boy.
And Rashida Smith said, my husband did. I don't know. For some reason, people think that black fathers don't stick around for you to ask them. And I don't know about everybody else, but the guys that I know, they all take, like my cousins, my friends, they all take care of their daughters. I don't know a lot of.
Me too, man. Like, I don't know. I don't even think I know. I'm friends or know somebody that don't take care of their kids. Like, I know some great fathers.
Yeah, I know some great.
All my friends.
I know some great fathers, and I know some deadbeats. I do. Unfortunately,
that's because you're from the east side.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I know how it is.
I mean, we know it's some out here. I'm pretty sure if I think hard enough, I can, you know what I mean? But yeah. It's some great dads out here.
Yeah.
I think we don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, I know Satellite know a lot of them from Highland Park. but you know, but overall, I do know some good men. I was raised by a good man. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, I know. You know what I'm saying? But I can also speak from a point where where I felt like even I don't want to call it too much of a strong word like that, but I felt a little neglected by my father. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I found myself doing was praying that I was nothing like him. You know, because I became a father at 25, and so my biggest thing when my son was born, my oldest was born, I prayed to God. I said, Lord, let me be a better father to my son than he was to me. You know, and so I tried to embrace it, but sometimes, like even then, most women make fatherhood a bad experience, and that's when, like you said, you have to be selective who you mate with. You know what I'm saying?
You think most women do?
I think some. Well, let me rephrase that. Some women make fatherhood hard for a man to do, especially if if you're not, like Satellite said, if that woman don't know how to really treat a man or be treated by a man, and she just want thug meat. You know what I'm saying? She want this thug meat, and she don't want to, all that. And now when she get a good man, and the man is just trying to be what he's designed to be, her protector and guide, she thinking the man is trying to control her, and she don't even understand. As men, we get protective. And there's a difference between control and protect.
That's that Love and Hip Hop reality TV show talk. He's trying to control you. Like, what are you talking about? That's why you don't get a woman that didn't have a male figure in her life. Because 9 times out of 10, she think crazy like that.
Right. You definitely right. I'm just so glad that I had a chance to just marry somebody with a strong man in her life that brought her up.
Yeah,
I am, and I thank God.
So did I.
Yeah, I thank God for Freddie Ratcliffe, Deacon Freddie Ratcliffe. Continue to rest in peace. He raised
and Leon Powell.
Yeah, when Leon Powell, rest in peace also. Yeah, because they definitely, definitely raised some good girls, man. And I guess with us, I guess we gotta say, well, you your daughter going out doing her. You got a grown daughter, and mine is like to be continued. But I'm pretty sure my daughter, she gonna be all right. But the saga continues. So.
My daughter in her 3rd year of college, and she got a small business.
Hallelujah.
Tell me, Daddy ain't doing right.
Mm-hmm.
Won't he do it?
And it's a miracle too to me that she's so smart coming from a retard.
90 seconds.
Why are you talking about yourself like that? That's terrible.
That is so.
Talking about yourself, man.
That is so amazing.
You're not retarded.
That's how I know. That's how I know God. That's how I know God created. Did something good.
That's why I said sometimes the daughters rebel.
But anyway,
60 seconds.
I refuse to be dumb.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Fat Cat Show. Catch us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Y'all. Continue to rock with us. You can catch us on iHeart, Spotify, Deezer, Twitter, Periscope, all the above, y'all. We up out of here now. Be safe. Peace. We out of here.
Peace.
Ten seconds.